Hello Pisces. So this is August 2017 for love and relationships. Obviously these are a little bit late, so I apologize. As I said last month, it's just been so busy. Alright, so now I'm going to pull your cards. Your first card is the Star. Your second card is a Ten of Swords reversed. I have a Nine of Cups. This is really wonderful because you have the Star, which is about hope, positivity. You have some water there as well. And Nine of Cups, of course, is your cups represent water, which is also your element. I have a Three of Swords. I have a Seven of Swords reversed. I have the Lovers reversed. This is the Moon. I have a Three of Wands reversed. And then a Nine of Wands. And then I will pull the outcome card after the main reading. So yeah, we've got some swords here that I think are pretty interesting, Pisces. I get the feeling that, and I'm saying this in a positive way about Pisces. Those of you with Pisces energy, and it depends as always with you know, some of you might have different aspects of the elements, or the different aspects of the astrological signs next to your planets. But in general, I find that Pisces people, not only are they very emotional, but you Pisces people can be very hypersensitive, and you're probably one of the most psychic signs in the tarot. Okay? And when I see those swords, when I see that air, I think one aspect of your personality is that you're so hypersensitive, you're psychic, you're mentally and psychologically, you really put up a lot of feelers and you feel things out so much. It's almost as if it can be an overload on your psyche. And that is why a Pisces can be so emotional. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But sometimes a Pisces can be so emotional, and especially in a relationship, and it's quite possible those moments come about because of feeling so much. And so there's a lot of mental overload, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of drama, especially when you're trying to make a relationship work. You do love very hard, you're devoted, and you have your head in the clouds a little bit. You're very idealistic, which is why I think we see the Star here. And the Star is associated with Aquarius. Keep in mind, the Moon is associated with Pisces. Okay? And the Moon is about using your intuition, being aware of danger. Okay? Recognizing the truth, but clocking in with your internal spy meter, so to speak. Like, what's going on here? I need to figure out what's going on, to see what others are keeping hidden from you. And you're very good at that, Pisces. I think that in a relationship, you're very good at putting your little spidey sense out there and like, okay, I think I might be in danger. I think that I need to be on guard, a little bit defensive. And sometimes that's a good thing. But when you have all these swords, you have a Ten of Swords reversed, which means prolonged drama and pain. Then you have this Three of Swords, which is the card of heartbreak and healing and just trying to recover, trying to move forward. Then you have this Seven of Swords right in the middle of your spread. And the Seven of Swords is usually a card about being smart. Sometimes it can mean you're coming up with new ideas and relying on your wits and your smarts to outthink a person who would pull the wool over your eyes. But sometimes it can mean someone else is using that on you as well. But when this is in reverse, we have a lot of fear, lots of doubts, a lot of mistrust. And that could be going on in the relationship because the Lovers, which is also associated with Gemini. So I think it's interesting that you've got some very strong air energy. The Star is associated with Aquarius, which is air. The Lovers is associated with Gemini, which is air. And then you have these Three Swords. So we've got a lot of psychological and mental overload going on here that's really affecting the relationship. And if I could describe what some of you Pisces are going through, I would almost describe it as you're ready to jump. It's sort of like fight or flight. Okay, and some of you might be fighting. Now, I don't see this necessarily as a big serious relationship issue. What I'm seeing here for some of you is a big speed bump of unresolved issues that are coming up again. And so just looking at your past, we have being positive, trying to be in a good place. And this Ten of Swords reverse is there's still a little bit of drama. There's still things that you and a partner are trying to work out and get past, because whenever you pass the number 10, you close a cycle and you start over. And this Nine of Cups is happiness, devotion, and you feel your energy of being loving and giving and content. So that's when this turbulence starts to happen here with that Three of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Lovers in reverse. That I see this as a lover spat. I see this as an issue where you and a partner are still not able to trust each other. Accusations of lying and cheating might be coming up for some of you. And definitely a lot of unresolved hurt and pain. So some of you might actually be connected to an actual air sign, be it Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. But I definitely see a lot of this swords energy and air energy coming from an aspect of how you're handling the situation. That some of you are so, you're like, I'm really stressed out. I'm not sure what's happening in this relationship. All I know is that I don't really feel confident and secure right now. So when we get to that moon, which is connected to Pisces, because the moon is the subconscious. And once again, you Pisces people, you're very psychic, you're very intuitive, and you're very hypersensitive. So you've got your flame, you've got your torch, and you're like, I need to know what's going on here. And then what we have here is fire coming up. And I wouldn't be surprised if there were some of you Pisces people who were connected to an Aries or a Capricorn or a Leo. And so this Three of Swords is reversed. Plans, best made plans in a future have kind of are kind of turned upside down, meaning literally any plans or future that you and this other person were working out. In the future, yes, they may be delayed a little bit. The Three of Wands is usually about waiting actively. doing everything you can to make something work, and taking the lead on what you want in life, and you're just waiting for it to happen. So when this is in reverse, there's some big speed bumps and obstacles that are coming up in the relationship. And then once again, she's on alert as well. Nine of Wands. She's learned lessons from the past because you see these wands behind her, but she's got a wand in her hand because she definitely feels she needs to be on the defensive. So it's going to be, for the month of August, a little bit of a rocky road for some of you Pisces in different levels. I'm not saying it's going to be some devastating breakup for some of you. I do see some of you having some disagreements. I do see some of you returning to the trust issue again. And more than anything, Pisces, I feel like some of you just want to be secure and happy. And, you don't like being afraid. You don't like doubting yourself. And maybe a little bit of that is some insecurity. But it's almost as if the situation for some of you, the relationship you're in, just doesn't feel right. And you feel like you need to address it. Okay? You need to talk it out with your partner, and you need to resolve it. Even if it means taking a break or holding back on plans with this person, or both of you deciding that you need to pull back a little bit and take things slower. So the card I have for the outcome is the World in reverse. And as you know, just like the number 10, the World is about the end of a cycle, a new chapter in your life. And it's the last card in the major arcana. And you see these animals here, they all represent different aspects of our wisdom and guidance. And you have the courage of the lion, and you have the foresight of the hawk here in the corner. And then you have the deer, which is also important because it's more about being in nature and just, pride and integrity and being true to yourself. And the man here in the corner is the Fool. So when you reach the World, you kind of get to a point where you've completed a journey in your life, a cycle in your life, a situation in your life, and you've learned your lessons and you're ready to move forward. And so when this is in reverse, the tarot is saying that there might be some old issues or lessons in this relationship that you will need to revisit. I don't think you should be discouraged by that. It's just something that is just going to be necessary to handle in the relationship. But more than anything, it seems that you will need to sit down with your partner and address where your partner is, how your partner feels, where your partner is out in this relationship. They need to come clean with you, because it's like I said, I think the mental stress and overload in this relationship this month, it's sort of like a weird energy. It's not happening in the other months as far as I can tell. But I do know that Pisces, emotionally, you are very hypersensitive, and there's only so much of that doubt and that fear that you can take. So I think you need to just face it head on. Don't avoid it. And don't be afraid of what the outcome might be, because in the end, you're still going to win. I think whenever you stand true to yourself and you face the truth, you always come out on top. So that was my reading for you, Pisces. And I hope you've had a wonderful summer. And I will see you next month.